Hey everyone, thanks very much for joining us. My name is Josh Rosenthal. I'm the Senior Director of Sales and Account Management here at CoreStream. For those not familiar with CoreStream, we're a no-cost voluntary benefits and employee discounts platform that creates a consolidated and educational enrollment experience for employees, empowers benefits teams to offer the benefits that their employees need while keeping their spend down, all while eliminating the administrative burden around the processes for these types of benefits. Today's episode will be centered around a new and different but very important product that's new to market, and that is Chubb's Cancer Advocate Plus, a first of its kind genetics-based cancer insurance program that helps customize cancer care for each employee. We hear from our clients every day how much cancer is impacting their employees and also their healthcare spend, and this product addresses these items. We're lucky enough to have Allison Humphreys here with us today to talk more about it, Regional Vice President with Chubb. Allison, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. So this product is new to me, so I'm not going to pretend to know a whole lot about it just yet. So why don't I turn it over to you and you could walk through for us.
That sounds great. Give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen here. All right. I'm just going to give me 1 second. Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for having me today, Josh. It's really exciting to be here and to talk about Cancer Advocate Plus. This is something that I know Josh said is new to market. We have been in the market about a year, almost a year and a half with this product now, but I would say it has taken us some time to really understand how to express the value of Cancer Advocate Plus. What we're finding is that this is a new avenue, right, or a new category for an insurance solution. So we want to make sure we explain the value of what the product is and how it can help employers and how it can help employees. So what we're going to be talking about today is something called precision medicine. For anyone on the phone that is not familiar with precision medicine, it's really personalized medicine that is based on your genetics. So as an individual, everyone has their own genome, right? And that is actually very important when it comes to identifying disease, risk of disease within the body, as well as treating that disease. So we're going to focus primarily on two areas with this product, cancer and pharmacy. This product actually provides genetic testing for what's called pharmacogenomic or PGX testing, helping you understand how your body metabolizes medication, and then also a hereditary cancer screening, so helping you understand and know your hereditary risk of cancer based on your genes. So why are we focusing here, right? Why does the product address those two things? Well, you can see there's a few stats up here on the screen, right? So cancer is the first or leading cause of death in 35 to 64-year-olds. We know that cancer rates are increasing, and they're increasing for a younger demographic, which is really concerning, right, for me personally, but also I would say definitely risks are changing, right? And that's an important piece of why we're talking about cancer today. The cost of cancer for an employer is going up. Anyone that's an employer on the phone here or on the webinar here will know that cancer costs are increasing. They're predicted to increase at 9% per year. So it's very significant cost for employers treating cancer. And then pharmacy, right? So actually adverse drug events or health events that happen because someone takes the wrong medication or as a side effect from a medication, it has a very, very large impact on employers and health plans. So these things are impactful, can be addressed or impacted by genetic screening and understanding your genome, and also are costing employers a lot of money. So we're really taking a look at employers and how can we help them manage the risk, cancer risk, pharmacy risk, and then how can we help employees make sure they get the very best outcomes possible based on modern medicine. That's the reason behind it. So the product itself, Cancer Advocate Plus, we take a look at it in 3 stages or 3 buckets. On the screen here, it says safeguard, protect, and renew. Those are fancy words, I would say of before, during, and after. So the really important thing to note is that there are benefits for the whole journey. You don't need to have something bad happen for this product to impact an employee. It starts on the left side of the screen. It starts with safeguard or before. So every employee that elects a Cancer Advocate Plus product, they immediately, day one, have access to 2 different tests. And these are all cheek swab tests. So once you enroll, you receive a very sharp, I would say, kit in the mail that has a lot of educational material, but also has a cheek swab for you to send back into our lab partners. And that report that comes back is going to actually do two things. You're going to get a genetic cancer risk screening. So based on your genes, you may have a heightened risk of cancer. This test will tell you based on your genes if you have that heightened risk of cancer and also what cancer you have a heightened risk of. So really important in taking a look at your own health and knowing what you can do to modify or change, help promote that risk to go down over time just based on your lifestyle. I think of a good example of one of our clients had an employee, she did this test, cheek swab came back, she was at a heightened risk of certain types of cancers because of her genes. She actually had a mutation in the BRCA2 gene, but she didn't have any women in her family with breast cancer. So it wasn't something that would have come up. It actually came down through her father's side, the genetic mutation. Because of this, she actually had a preventative hysterectomy. She had such a heightened risk of cancer that it was so important that for her, she felt that it was so important to get ahead of that and remove that risk or really lower that risk due to some health treatments like this. So it can be very impactful for your lifestyle. The second thing on here is drug response testing. Like I said, pharmacogenomic testing or PGX testing. So this is going to indicate how your body metabolizes medications that you are taking or might be taking in the future, and understand how you will react to those medications based on those genes. And then a big part of this is the genetic counseling. So everyone has access to a genetic counselor to walk through the results. It's not just something where you're going to get a report showing that you have a heightened risk of X cancer and you don't know what to do, right? So somebody to walk through those results with you, help you share those with your physician, and do what you might want to choose to do to change that outcome moving forward. The second piece of the program is under the protect bucket or the cancer management bucket. So if you have a cancer diagnosis, you have a number of benefits available to you. And I would say this is the most impactful part of the program. If someone has a cancer diagnosis, the goal here is to make sure that the very best treatment possible is available and also financially available to you. So immediately you would be assigned an oncology nurse advocate. That person will walk with you and through that entire cancer journey. We often see those nurse advocates attending doctor's appointments virtually with an employee or an insured, really helping them understand the landscape, helping them find a different physician or find a physician, right, based on their medical plan if they need to do so. The next pieces here are genetic tumor testing and expert medical review. So these are tests that are available through this program, through this product, that are not typically covered under a medical plan, right? It's not something that would be available to you. And you would actually, with this product, you would get called a broad panel tumor testing, which means that it's going to help identify the mutation causing your cancer so that the best treatment can be available to you as well. The expert medical review is a report, right, for you to share or for us to share with your physician, and help them have all the information that they can get to provide the best effective treatment. And then the last piece here is a clinical trial identification. So in today's world, clinical trials are the way or a way to get the very best treatment and the most cutting edge treatment available. And this part of our product is actually that nurse advocate will work to identify your clinical trials that you are eligible for and enroll you in them if you choose to do so. So really important. And then you can take a look and see that there's actually diagnosis and recovery benefits as well. So we will provide a financial component, financial benefit to an insured upon diagnosis, 6 months after, and then 12 months after, just to help with any additional costs that you might have because of a cancer diagnosis and impact on your lifestyle. And then the last piece here, right? So renew or after. So once you've had a cancer diagnosis, hopefully with this program, you've identified that cancer early because maybe you had a heightened risk, so you had earlier testing done, right? You've gone through a cancer treatment that hopefully was really, I don't want to say good, right? But really positive for you and provided a positive outcome. and then you've recovered. So at that point, you have continued wellness support, and that's important because for people who have undergone cancer treatment and are returning to the workforce or returning back to quote unquote regular life, just having someone to talk through that is a big piece of it. But in addition, we provide what's called recurrence monitoring. So we will do genetic blood tests on an ongoing basis that are way more sensitive than an imaging that are going to show a recurrence of cancer to help catch a recurrence sooner and identify treatment sooner. So monitor that on an ongoing basis. And then there's typically a recurrence payment as well, financial component to that as well. So hopefully you've seen here, right, the benefits of the program for an insured are very, very comprehensive. We also know that they're very comprehensive for an employer because it's impactful. Cancer has a financial impact on an employer's health plan. And we know that a product like this, Cancer Advocate Plus, can impact that health spend on a positive basis. So you can see here a few studies up on the screen, but with heritable cancer screenings, we know that studies have shown that cancer diagnoses have been prevented, right? So you can see up here almost 2% breast cancer prevented, 3.2 ovarian cancer prevented. It's very, very significant. And then a clinical trial enrollment, broad panel sequencing, those types of services that are available through our program actually reduce treatment costs. They reduce costs for a health plan, as well as an advocacy program. And then when we go back to that PGX testing, that pharmacy testing, which it impacts both cancer drugs, right, and non-cancer drugs. It could be something as simple as a cardiovascular statin that you might be taking, right? Health spend costs go down when people get to the correct drug quicker. I've heard said quite a few times that the most expensive medication you could be taking is the one that doesn't work, right? So instead of having you take that medication, fail, try a different one, fail, this will get you to that correct medication quicker, which definitely will impact that health spend. So there we go, Josh. That's my overview. I know I said a lot. What questions do you have for me?
No, that was great, Allison. Thank you. Very, very informative. Just looking at the Q&A that we have here, one question we have was around, how does this help supplement what a typical health insurance plan will cover?
Yeah, I would say in a couple of different ways. The biggest one, the services here, right, are not typically covered by a health plan. Everyone who enrolls in the program has access to PGX testing and that heritable cancer screening. That's not traditionally available to everyone under a medical plan. That what we call broad panel sequencing, that genetic tumor testing, not available to everyone under the medical plan. So this is really, I like to think of it as, and this is a way I think of it personally, is a supplement, right? So you have a medical plan that's really helping to serve the population. And then here, this is giving you enhanced coverage for benefits that are intended to give you the best possible outcome. So the things that we're talking about here, they aren't traditionally covered under a major medical plan.
Got it. Thank you. I think that's the only question we have in the chat. I know it's a really heavy topic, very information dense. So everybody that's on here today will receive a follow-up email from me with some information. Feel free to respond to that email if you have any questions, or happy to provide any further information. We'll loop in Allison as well. But Allison, thanks very much for your time, and to everybody for joining us today. We hope you found this time useful and informative. Again, if you do have any questions that you didn't even know to ask just yet, feel free to respond to that follow-up email, and we'll get you the information, and also happy to schedule a time to chat to talk through this product as well. And then be on the lookout for more webinars that we'll be doing with our other carrier partners throughout the year. Excuse me. You think I was the one presenting, losing my voice here. But more to come on additional webinars. So be on the lookout for that. But until then, take care, and thanks very much for joining us.
Thank you.